Just keep your eyes closed, please. Just see the truth of these thoughts, most of which we shared yesterday. To see that example. The wave and the ocean. It is so difficult for the wave to grasp that it is part of a shoreless ocean. The mind of the wave, incapable of grasping the vastness of the ocean, of which it's an inseparable part. If we say the word wave, you have to bring in the ocean. But if you see the word ocean, there is no need to say ocean and the wave. When you say the word ocean, wave, all the waves are included. Same way for the individual. The tiny body of an individual with a limited mind cannot comprehend, grasp the infinity existence. As even the wave has to be told, wave is but a name and a form. Water is the content. And that water is everywhere. Same way, the scriptures, long before it introduces the individual to Ishvara, the vastness, the totality, macrocosm, sarvam. First it introduces the individual to himself. The meaning of the word I, aham pratyaya gochara, awareness, yourself. And that's something at once everywhere. The wave sees itself as water. The water is everywhere. If you say the wave is everywhere, it will not grasp it. But the water is everywhere. The body as the eye. You cannot see the vastness. The body is so limited in time and space. The I, the self, the meaning of it, awareness, at once here, there, everywhere. the language that you hear, yatra yatra mano yati, tatra tatra samadhaya. Wherever the thoughts move, yourself, the samadhi, awareness, already existing. No bird can fly out of space. Wherever the spacecraft moves, the space is already existing. Wherever the thoughts move, it moves in awareness. Body is here. Thoughts can go to moon, stars. The moment I say that word, you are already reaching that dimension. That is what Upanishads will declare. Anejat ekam manaso javiya. Yourself, the awareness. Anejat never moves. All pervasive, cannot have movement. To move, you must be moving from a place to where you are not. All pervasive has no movement, achalaha. Anejat never moves. Manaso javiya, faster than the mind. It never moves, yet faster than the fastest. Wherever thoughts move, you are already there. If you want to name it, Brahman, the awareness in you, if you name it Atma, all-pervasive Brahman. With one body, Jiva, individual. With the total body and mind, Ishvara. That's Ishvara, God. It's not a name with a form, but it's the name with all forms. As even in your body, if you name a part as a hand, first it is body, then it is hand. First it is body, then it is nose. In a country, first it is India, then it is Tamil Nadu. First it is universe, then it is a star or a planet, a dust or a mountain. And you say Ishvara. Nothing stands apart. Vyapakatvat Vishnu, pervading everything which is existing. A name that includes everything. Nothing stands apart. Just see that vastness. But your body never stands alone. No more helplessness, fear, isolation. As even in the body of ocean, the wave can never die, but there is a change. In the body of the Lord, there is no death, only a change. the dance of Nataraja, the whole universe, the creation, a divine dance of which everybody an inseparable part. Just see that touch of totality in your own tiny body. You are never isolated. Nobody can be isolated. Lonely in this universe, in the embrace of God, within the fold of totality. There is no isolation, no fear, no anxiety. One blissful existence. Just see that for yourself. Just see that point, please. As even there is no ocean and wave, body and a limb, there is no God and I. When we say the word Ishvara, he alone is. Call it he, she, it. There is nothing other than it. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. We saw in the 7th chapter. Hey Arjuna, there is nothing other than me in this universe. Mayi protam idam sarvam sutre maniganaiva. By me everything is suspended, held together, like the garland of pearls, held together by the thread, one thread of consciousness, holding the garland of creation together, and nothing stands apart. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti. There is nothing other than me. Just see that oneness. The same place where you are sitting down is your ground on which you are sitting down. Yet, that is the country, that is the earth, the same place, solar system, same place, universe, in the same spot, Ishvara. Ishavasyamidam sarvam. Just see that. No more the changes frighten you. It's an ever-changing mood of the dancer. In and through the dance, the movement is immobile, steady. Just see the mobility changes at the level of your body. But be the changeless, absolute Shivom, Shivom. Be the changeless. Enjoy the changes. Be the formless, nameless absolute. Live through the names and forms, a part of total name and form, Ishvara. Nothing stands apart. See that, please. Suddhananda divaistavehi vedeshangapadakramopanisadehi gayanti yam samagaha dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa pasyanti yam yoginaha yasyandam na vidusura suraganaha devaya tasmai namaha devaya tasmai. Please read verse number 2 onwards, please. Raja Vidya Raja Guiham Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Abhyayam Asraddhadhana Purushaha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapyamam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani Maya Tatamidam Sarvam Jagadavyaktamurtina Masthani Sarvabhutani Nachaham Teshvavastitah Nachamasthani Bhutani Pashyame Yogamaishwaram Bhuta Bhrunna cha Bhutastah Mamatma Bhuta Bhavanah. So I hope you thought over these ideas. Please see that. As I told you in these chapters, the Ishvara, the Tatpada is revealed. When Bhagavan says this word, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. Just see that explanation, understand it clearly, see for yourself. Maya sarvam idam jagat tatam. By me, the whole universe is pervaded. Please take that statement. Yesterday I gave you a little of it. I will explain it clearly. Suppose you think of God as though standing in front of you. When the God also stands in front of you, he has to stand with a simple, ordinary form, like Arjuna standing in front of Krishna. Even if Krishna says, I am the God, he is not going to grasp it. That is why in the 4th chapter itself, it was very clearly Arjuna questions him. Just because you say God, I am going to take it. Bhagavan said, Krishna said that, Imam vivasveti yogam proktavan amabhyam vivasvan manabe praha manu ikshak vibravit ebam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. That this is how I have given this knowledge in the very beginning of the creation to Vaivasvata Manu. Manu ikshak vibravit. Manu told to Ikshvaku, Ebam parampara praptam ima rajarshayo viduhu. Rajanasya rishinasya, the kings and the sages, they knew all this reality. And I am the one who gave it out in the very beginning. And it continues, cycles after cycles. Arjuna says, whom are you talking? Aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha. You are my contemporary, born at the same time, Sakha. Param janma vivasvataha. Whereas Vivaswan born millions of years back. Katham etad bijaniyam. How do I believe, how do I know that tvam adau proktavan? In the beginning you only told, are you cheating me? What do you think I am, stupid? Beautiful. This is the spirit. You can question God. That is the beauty of this tradition. If you, not only you question, are you getting that? What is the question? Questioning people today, God men get upset if they are questioning. Krishna never got upset. Did Krishna say, what do you think of me? Okay, get lost. Did he say that? Why should somebody accept anything? Just because I say I am God, you should take it? As you are walking down the street, somebody says, I am the millionaire. Do you believe it? Huh? Millionaire, stupid. Just because suppose somebody says, I will give you a lot of gold. Will you take it? Believe it? Anytime anybody says something, you take it with a pinch of salt. So how can you just take it? Just because somebody says, I am God, you have to take it. You don't have to. At the same time, don't dismiss it. Are you getting that point, please? As much as you should not be credulous, that much also you should not be unnecessarily dismissive. Both way. Anything, for anything that matter. You don't have to accept it as it is. Nor you have to question it outright, dismiss it outright. Maybe there is a truth. If somebody says something, maybe there is a little truth in it. Therefore, keeping the mind open. And when Arjuna asked this question, Krishna never feels offended or affected. Why? Our disbelief does not dismiss the existence of anything. Our belief doesn't create something if it doesn't exist. A star is not going to be existing, created, if I believe in it. Nor is going to disappear just because I don't believe in it. Why go to stars and planets? In my room, there is a crystal cheetah. Do you believe it? Suppose you say, no, I don't believe it. If it is there in my room, it's not going to disappear. And just because you believe it, if it is not there, it's not going to be created. So our personal belief and disbelief has nothing to do with the existence of anything in the universe. That is where the mind must be kept absolutely open. And the teacher who knows this subject, the more the student is questioning, the more the student is challenging, the more the student is doubtful, the merrier it is. Because it is such a pleasure to kill, destroy such a mind. It's like if you catch a small fish, how do you feel? Oh, the fish comes. Another one, huge marlin. You go into the Indian Ocean, throw your bait, and it takes hours and hours together. Hours and hours. Play, 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 then you catch it. And when you catch it, it's a real prize catch. Why? Because it's so powerful. A mind which is absolutely revolting, challenging, destroying everything, dismissing everything, that is the mind to be contended with. How many such minds exist? Because when a person asks a question, Krishna doesn't feel affected. Why? When you are absolutely sure of yourself, you know exactly how to go around that mind. So here is a simple thing he says. When Krishna proves himself that I am, when he says, I am the God, suppose he says, and if he says, I am the God, and this body, I am all pervasive, naturally, what is your concept of I? Listen carefully. You shall understand what you understand. Now I say, when I say I, listen please, when I say I say I am the body. So when Krishna says I, you shall think it is his body. So as even my body cannot be all pervasive, how can that body be all pervasive? That is why immediately qualifies it. Maya avyakta murtina. It's beautiful. Maya avyakta murti. My vyakta murti is body. Avyakta murti is self. Every individual has two dimensions. Immediate, absolute. Relative, absolute. I, the absolute, and the physical body, which is limited. Sense organs, which are limited. Both the meanings are there. I, we have seen it elaborately in our Tattvada classes. The same word I has two dimensions. Relative dimensions, absolute dimensions. When you say the word I am the body, I am young, I am old, I am rich, I am a man, I am a woman, I am poor, I am hungry, I am... all these things when you say, I remaining the same, all these identities on the other side continuously changing. In relation to body, man or woman. In relation to stages of the body, child or young or the old. In relation to the condition of your eyes, you are bright. Of the condition of your eyes, you are blind. If the ears are bright, I can hear. Cannot hear, I am deaf. So you are picking up new identity in relation to your body, your senses. Same thing in relation to thought. Every thought brings an identity. But because I relate, I don't exist. Because I am, therefore I relate. If you take this statement, because I am, therefore I relate. Not that because I relate, therefore I must be. If this much is understood, the next stage is, if the I is a name, because of the name, I don't exist. Because I exist as I am, a name I is given, like this flower. Because of the name hibiscus, the flower doesn't exist. Because it exists, a name is created. That is why everything is nameless in this universe. Do you appreciate that? The nameless existence gets the first name, I. Then in relation to so many things, so many identities are picked up. So if I understand myself, I am the body, and when Krishna says, I am, by me, everything is pervaded, naturally you grasp what you grasp. You don't grasp what he means. That is why the explanation of Tatpada, Tvampada first, understand yourself who you are. By your Vyakta Murti, by the standpoint of your physical body, you are part of the creation. Pancha Mahabhuta Sarira. This physical body made out of 5 elements and is part of the 5 elements. But from the standpoint of yourself, please understand, from the standpoint of your body, if your body is part of the creation, from the standpoint of yourself, the creation is suspended in you. From the standpoint of the name and form called the wave, if it's part of the ocean, all the waves, from the standpoint of the water, even the ocean existing in it. You understand the dimension? That is why your mind moves from finite to infinity. What a display, what a range. That is what you see in yourself. That is the vibhuti of Ishvara. Mama Aishwaryam yogam pasya. Hey Arjuna. See the Ishwarasya iti Aishwaram. Ishwarasya bhavam. This is the godliness. When you say godliness, please do not ever think in terms of one God standing somewhere hanging around. No. That exclusive concept of Godhead has completely shattered the psyche of the mankind. If somewhere you put the God somewhere, then you totally make him as finite as the individual. I am here in this place, he is somewhere. What is the difference between the two of us? I have to look for him, he has to look for me also. What is the boring thing? Just think of it. When you say the infinity, at no time, if he, please understand, this exclusive concept that something somewhere, no. When you say the word I, as even you appreciate, immediately it means the physical body, but the ultimate meaning, the absolute meaning is not a name, because a name does not create anything. Are you getting that point? Please feel it, see it for yourself. A name doesn't create anything. Always we are interested in the meaning of the word. Do you want food? If you say yes, you don't want the word food. The word food stands for something. Do you want gold? If you say yes, you don't want the word gold. The word gold stands for something. Do you want a vehicle to travel? Yes. You don't drive the word vehicle. It means something. Every time we are interested in the meaning of the word, but when it comes to aham, I, the whole world is reeling under the spell of the one word, I. The meaning of it should be seen, not the word I. When a person gets angry, upset, arrogant, what do you think of myself? Don't worry, don't ask me, what do I think of you? Ask yourself, what do you think of yourself? People who are arrogant will say, what do you think of myself? Ask yourself, what do you think of yourself? Even if I think of you are an idiot, does it make any difference? If you think you are wise, you are wonderful, you are infinity absolute. Nothing touches you. Because you are absolutely sure of yourself. That is why the belief and disbelief in God means nothing to God. You lose out. If I say infinity doesn't exist, I continue to be finite. If I appreciate infinity, I cannot stand apart from infinity. Can you say infinity and stand apart? Can the wave say ocean and still stand apart? Can you say universe and you? Are you getting that point, please? Your physical body, everywhere. Touch your knee, here. Touch your toes, there. Touch your nose, here. You have to make your hand move everywhere. Touch your body. You don't have to lift your hand. Wherever the hand is, you are there. They touch body. Where? Body. Touch your body. What should you do? But touch your nose? You have to lift it. And the entire part of this body, first it is body, then it is a part. If you understand that one, expand it. That is why upasana. Upasana means what? Nikrushta vastuni utkrishta vastu aropa. This tradition is so fantastic, so beautiful. You have to grasp it only. Nikrushta vastuni utkrishta vastu aropa. On a stone you see God. Nikrushta vastu. You understand? Nikrushta means very insignificant. Ordinary thing, you see the extraordinary. In a stone you see God. In a form you see the absolute. Like in a ring, you see love of your wife, your husband. What is this stupid ring? Just a metal. But it's just not a metal. My wife, my husband, my lover, my beloved. And a little form in a photograph, the soldier fighting the battle in the border. He has got a little piece of bromide paper with 2-3 photos. So precious. For you it's just a piece of bromide paper. For him, it's life. Please see that. Nikrushta vastu, very, very ordinary thing. That is why Ishavashyam idam sarva. On anything you can see Ishvara. What is that something with which you can represent this, your body? A cell from anywhere. A strand of hair, a nail, a tiny, whether it's a kidney cell, heart cell, any cell, it is yours. Any cell can represent your entire body. out of which you can be cloned. With what shall you represent this earth? With what shall you represent the universe? With what you shall represent Ishvara? Anything. Are you getting that point? If it's anything, can it be not you? Divinizing the whole thing. You see it as it is. Understand? So when he says abhyakta murtina, by my, if you say by me the whole thing is pervaded, Arjuna will understand, oh, by me means this body. No, that is why long before Bhagavan starts revealing about himself, he has already revealed about him. You are at once vyakta as well as avyakta. Vyakta from the standpoint of the body, thoughts, mind. Whatever is objectified, whatever is manifest, whatever you are conscious of, vyakta. Who you are, consciousness, avyakta. Avyakta because no sense organs can grasp it. Your eyes can see things, ears can hear, tongue can taste it, skin can touch, nose can smell. All these are vyakta, manifest universe. Your thoughts are also manifest. You are conscious of every manifest thought. Please see it. That is where comes your observation, your upasana. That every thought is manifest. Only when it is manifest, you can use it. A simple thing to say, coming from that vast theme to an ordinary theme. Yesterday somebody was asking me, so how do I handle my thought? It's so difficult. I gave him a simple example of the cell phone. Because of our time today, in our generation, you can understand it very easily. Please remember it for life. Very, very easy. Every day you are using it. What is the advantage of cell phone? The number comes up. Right? The moment whoever rings, the number comes up. The moment number comes up, now it is your decision. Right? Shall I take or shall I ignore? Any number comes up, do you grab it? Unless you are obsessed, infatuated, obsessive with your telephone, looking at continuously. The moment the number comes, is up to you. Take it or not to take it. A thought comes like a number. The choice is yours. To take it or not to take it. If you are compulsive, are you getting that point, please? A very simple thing. What a wonderful machine we have. How can the mind be ever in trouble? That a thought comes up is not to trouble you. Are you getting that point, please? You have got a telephone. Why have you got a telephone? To receive call or not to receive any call? When you have got a telephone, you have kept yourself open to the world to receive calls. Now don't say, why it is continuously ringing? Ask yourself, why am I keeping the phone? That it is ringing is not a problem. That you have kept it is the problem, because you have dragged the problem to yourself, if you consider it a problem. If you keep a phone, you expect calls to come in. So that the call comes in is not a crime. You are responding, not respond. Nobody forces you to respond. If the call has come, choice is yours. The thought is there. Mobile phone. Receive thoughts from all directions. Memories can flash just like that. Anyway, this is all Vyakta. Abhyakta is consciousness, whose presence you see every thought. And by that, everything is pervaded. When an individual can say the same thing along with Ishvara, Maya abhyakta murtina idam sarva jagat tatam. By my unmanifest form, the whole universe is pervaded. You can sing with God. But God has different vibhuti. What is that? From his physical standpoint also, he is all-pervasive. That is the beauty. When the ocean says, I am all-pervasive, from both the standpoints is all-pervasive. From the standpoint of the water is all-pervasive, from the standpoint of the ocean body also is all-pervasive. When the wave says, I am all-pervasive, it is only from the standpoint of the water, not from the standpoint of the body. That is where comes your devotion. Devotion becomes natural to you. Bhakti becomes natural. Why? From the standpoint of the absolute, all pervasive. From the standpoint of the body, I am in one place. My limitation is, please see the beauty of it is, my limitation is, I cannot be simultaneously at two different places. That is the human limitation. My body is here, not there. Even mosquitoes can escape me. Goes there, oh, I do that, he goes there, I can't reach it. My hand is only this much. 5 feet away, mosquito stands, escapes. I can't do anything. Simultaneously, I cannot be two places. You know what is limitation of God? He can't escape me. He can't move away from me. He can't run away from me. So you can't tell him, you are stuck with me. This is devotion. You understand? Highest form of devotion. Where you can, that is why the bhakta, the devotee, can do the gali. Gali, you understand? Meaning talking nonsense to him, and you stupid, you are not listening to me, you call yourself so great, but you are so wonderful, you are calling yourself so wonderful, but now you are never listening to me. In Orissa, there was a Jayadev. Jayadev, there is, he writes Jayadev songs. That is the, the story is, one day, he caught that line, Dinabandhu. Dinabandhu because he is poor, he is not getting food to eat. And he says, how can you be Dinabandhu if I am not getting food to? Dina means, Dina means poor, Bandhu is friend. So you call yourself Dinabandhu, the friend of the poor, and here I am poor, I am not getting food. How can you be Dinabandhu? He caught that line. He says, you don't deserve this name. See the devotion. And then the story goes, two boys, Jagannath, Balabhadra, both brothers come carrying all the food. And then he has gone for a bath. He goes to Jayadev's wife and he says, he has sent the food. So his wife is surprised. This man, so unemployed, unemployable, can never send anything, and today he is sending so much. Maybe. He said, not only sending, because we did not carry it also, he hit us. Look at this time, our back. He has hit us. She cannot believe it. She said, how can you ever do that? He doesn't say, never he does that to us. To anybody, I don't think he has ever done it. But anyway, she cooked the food, fed them both, brothers, and sent them off. And when he went away, now the Jayadev has come back. First thing the wife challenges, how can you be so cruel? Sending those two boys and then not carrying food, you are hitting them also. He said, what food? Whom have I sent? Whom am I sending? What sending? You, because they did not want to carry, you have also beat them. He said, did I beat them? What are you talking? Then he remembered, oh my God, I caught that name, Dinabandhu. Understand? Don't pretend to be like that. Be sincere. God, you better take care. He better listens. No choice. Why? He does not need long distance phone call. You know that story, eh? Once Shankaracharya went to story. Shankaracharya, because Shankaracharyas are not supposed to cross the ocean, no. So Shankaracharya, but this is a story, that's why he is crossing the ocean also. Shankaracharya crossed the ocean and he became the guest of Pope in Rome. And after staying there for some time in top luxury, then after staying for some time and enjoyed himself, then Pope said, don't you feel like talking to God? He said, yes, we have a hotline. We have a hotline between God and the place, so you want to talk, you can talk. So Shankaracharya talked to God for 5-10 minutes, and then very nice, he says, it must be a very expensive call, and I must pay for it. Shankaracharya said, no, you are our guest. Do you see so much thing? Do you think we deserve any help? I mean, you are our guest, you can just do anything. We have all the resources in the world, you can use it. No, he said, finished. Then it so happened, Pope was visiting India, so he returned his visit also to Shankaracharya. He came to Shankaramat and staying there. It's not as posh as the Rome and all that, but still, host is host. So he stayed there. And then after 3-4 days, Shankaracharya asked him, you have been here for last 3-4 days. I saw in your house hotline between God and you. And you made me to talk. Can you talk to me? Do you want to talk to God? He said, of course. Then he had to talk to God. And then after talking for 1 hour, after talking, he said, I must pay for it. He said, because I know how expensive it is, in other countries like international call is that much. Interplanetary, Wherever, so much this costly, and therefore, and you can't afford, we can afford, but you can't afford. Please tell us. Shankaracharya said, please don't insult us. For us, it's all local call. They are all local call, free. It's jokes apart from that's what it is. When it's Ishvara, all pervasive, the limitation of the man is he cannot be simultaneously two different places. Limitation of God is he can't withdraw himself. If you consider it as a form, you remain out. Why people feel miserable? Oh, I went to see temple, I could not see God. What? If you want to see that statue, of course you can't see. 10,000 people, how do I see? Your eyes have limitation. How can you escape seeing and being with God? Yourself. Remember the great story that comes in all this great life of great devotees when you see that. In the Madurai, Meenakshi, as they say, Pandya king was building a temple, massive temple. Same time, near Madras, still place is still there. This person, poor fellow, he is also building a temple for God. Where? In his bed, in his head. Every day put some bricks, put some stone, and brick by brick is building a temple. I don't know exact name, if the Tamil people can help me. You can see that. That is a village near Madras. And then his temple is over, king's temple is over in 10, 12 years, this person's temple also is over. The king puts on for the Madura, king puts on for the consecration, he also fixes for consecration. Then the king has a dream. My devotee has built up a temple, I am going there. The king is disturbed. What is this? Such a massive, beautiful thing I have put, and I am getting this dream. Who has built a better temple than mine? He comes. Where is the temple? No temple. He asks people, is there any temple in this village? No temple. Then some people say, there is a madcap. He says he is building a temple inside his head. Think of it. This man says he is building a temple inside his head. Maybe that is the temple you are talking about. He said, inside his head? Then he goes to him. He says, yes, the temple is over and today is the consecration. He couldn't believe it. The king helped him to build the whole temple. Why? See, you understand that sincerity. God doesn't understand Sanskrit. The language of devotion has no script. The language of devotion has no words. You see it for yourself. It's something natural. Why? Because when you look from the standpoint of your body, you are not all-pervasive. And this body is cradled in the body of the totality. The space holds it. The air holds it. The water holds it. The space, the earth holds it. But do you call it just elements? Listen carefully. Do you call it elements? Just because space, air, water, earth? What do you call it? Listen carefully. Pinda. It will be a pinda. If it is only elements, it is a pinda. But the moment there is a subtle body and consciousness, it is jiva. If you hold the whole macrocosmic elemental universe, it is Brahmanda. The moment you bring in total subtle body, consciousness, Ishvara. How nice this. Pinda. Unconscious, Mrut Pinda. Body becomes like a clay pot. Goes back into elements. Consciousness, Jiva. But consciousness is always there. Why the body is not living all the time? Subtle body passes. That is where comes Sukshma Sarira. Are you getting that point, please? So with the Pinda, the gross body, subtle body consciousness, Jiva. Ishvara means the whole macrocosmic universe, total mind, consciousness. So when I say Jiva, Isha Jiva Yoho, between the Ishvara and Jiva, Shankara so beautiful says, Rajyam Narendrasya Bhattasya Khetaka Tayorapohe Naraja Navata. Beautiful in Vivek Chudamani comes. Rajyam Narendrasya Bhattasya Khetaka. Raja, Narendrasya Raja, Narendra. For the king, Rajyam. He's a king. Why? Because he owns the kingdom. Bhattasya Khetaka. This fellow known as a Bhattar. Bhattar means one who owns a village. Khetaka. Khetaka means a grama, village. One who owns a village, Bhattar. One who owns a kingdom, king. Tayor apohe. Take the kingdom away from the king, take the village away from the Bhattar. Na, Raja na Bhatta. Neither is a king, nor is a Gramina, not a Bhattar. What? Two human beings. Ishvara. With Samashti Upadhi, Ishvara. Vyashti Upadhi, Jiva. Tayor upahe, Upadhi vinirmuktam, Shuddha Chaitanyam. When the Upadhi is taken away, na Jiva na Ishvara. Brahma alone is. That is your vision, your understanding. Then you move with one body, but that body no more isolated from totality. Are you getting that point? This is where comes your beautiful understanding. When you see yourself as consciousness all pervasive, yet your body no more stands apart. You no more feel helpless with a part of the totality. Here one takes care. You know these people who do these pranic healing and that miraculous healing and all that. What do? They invoke these type of things, which is natural to you, very natural, because you know for sure you never stand apart. You never stand alone. The whole universe is taking care of you. Even if you don't know, the whole ocean, whole universe is taking care. Are you getting that? The space is there. The air is blowing. For whom? The heat in the body, the water in the body, the earth. The whole universe is participating for me to be existing here. Call it Ishvara if you like. So that one, from that standpoint, he says, Maya abhyakta murtina idam jagat tatam. Idam jagat. Anything that is subject to idam. Idam means this. Anything that is this, listen, anything that is idam, this is jagat. Jagat means jayate, gacchati, tisthati iva. Anything that is perceived, objectified is continuously changing, evanescent, dying, ephemeral. Jayate, burn, gacchati, moving, tisthati iva, existing for some time. Between 7 o'clock to class we started to this time, all of us half an hour, 45 minutes older. So many leaves have fallen. So many cells have been dead. Stars might have been born. Stars might have fallen. How many people look into this total consciousness? Man is so stuck with a tiny body of his own, so stuck with that little thought of his own, nothing else exists for him. That is why I told you yesterday, the moment you get up, the moment you wake up, just don't wake up to the universe, wake up to yourself. If you don't wake up to yourself, don't open your eyes and walk out. You shall be in a mess. Wake up to yourself. Remember Ishvara. Remembering yourself, Atma Darshanam, Isha Darshanam. Bhagavan will say in 10th chapter, we shall say, next chapter we will say, the biggest glory of God. What is the greatest glory? Bhagavan, Arjuna says, Oh Lord, can I listen to your glory, please? And you know what the first glory Bhagavan says? Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutasaya Sthita. Hey Arjuna, I am the self in all the beings. That is the biggest glory. Nothing stands apart. Nobody stands apart. When he says he is here, if I say no, he is not here, now what is whose problem it is now? Somebody says, I will help you. He said, no, I don't need it. Okay, take care. Who says not? What can I do? What can God do? Understand? Does the creation ever resist your presence? Every time breathing, every time living, being alive, and you ignore the importance of the elements. Every time speaking, you say, tongue doesn't exist. You don't understand the tongue is essential for talking. Every time using your thought, you dismiss consciousness. Can you use your thought without being conscious? Why this teaching is needed? Because we see the body isolated. We see the sense organs isolated. We see the thoughts isolated. That is a part of the totality that needs teaching. That is why this Brahma Vidya. And the first teacher is God Himself. Narayanam Padmavam Saktim Cha Tatputra Parasaram Cha Vyasam Sukham Gaudapadam Mahantam. Like that it comes. Sadasiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyama. Like that the first teacher, Ishvara Himself, no human being. And that the teaching is effective or not effective, valid or invalid, shall be known when you see it for yourself. I say, if you cook this rice, it will be wonderful taste. You never cook, how will you know the taste? Cook it. Understand for yourself. Challenge your mind. See things for yourself. And look at yourself whether you can stand up and still function. You cannot. Arrogance is, arrogance is what's like chutney. It is crushed. When you appreciate the vastness, you become ashamed. What an idiot I was. With a tiny little body, oh God, I was thinking no end of myself. I must be an idiot. Yes. That sense of insignificance overtakes you. When you see your sense of insignificance, you become so significant. The moment you discover your helplessness, you are so strong. God, take care. The universe responds. You are not there. They simply revealed in the story of Draupadi. As long as she was holding on to his dhoti, her saris, trying to prevent Dushasana from disrobing, nothing was happening. Krishna was thinking, the boy, she is trying, let her get it. She gave up herself. The moment she gave up, now saris after saris after saris after saris, now Dushasana doesn't know what to do. As long as you think you can take care, things don't work that much. You take care, but open yourself to all possibility. As they say, pray God, but keep the powder dry. You take care of yourself, but ultimately the totality that responds. So this is where comes Maya Abhyaktamurtina idam jagat. Anything that is subject to objectification is jagat. Jagat means that which is jayate, gacchati, tishtati. Like a creation, born, changing, moving, and as though existing for some time. Your thought becomes beautiful part of it. Your thought is born, gacchati, moves, tishtati iva, as though existing for a minute. That is why Manorajyam, the mind, is the most enchanting universe. And how do you see the changes? How do you see the changes of these things? The flower, eyes. Do you remember your eyes when you see the flower? How to see your thoughts? I'm conscious. Are you conscious when you are watching your thought? One with consciousness? That easy it is. Yet, you can miss it out. So Jagat Tatam pervaded. Where? Wherever. Yatra yatra manoyati. Wherever the thought moves, there the consciousness is. As you walk, can you escape the earth? As a ship travels in the water, can it escape the water? As a spacecraft moves in space, can it escape the space? The thoughts do not move in water or fire. There is a thought about the water, about the fire. The thoughts move in consciousness. Are you conscious? Yes. Moon? Yes, conscious. Sun? Yes. How long it takes to move 9 crore 30 lakh miles away? The sun. Instantaneous. The thoughts move. You are faster than thought. That's why meditation, I was telling you that. Anejat ekam manaso javiya. Immobile, all pervasive. It's faster than the fastest mind. His mind is the fastest. Think of it, you are there. Andromeda, galaxy, whoosh. Sun, moon, Jupiter. 100 years back, 5,000 years back. Projection in time and space. Possible because you are conscious. Understand? Everywhere. By that, everything is pervaded. Same thing you can also sing with cloud. Masthani sarvabhutani. Sarvabhutani Matstani, all the beings, elements and elementals. Space, air, fire, water, earth has elements or the combinations. Panchamahabhuta, elemental universe, different forms, space, air, water, fire, earth, as it is, again combined. Trees, mountains, minerals, anything for that matter, everything exists in me. That is why in our tradition is so beautiful. You see that Panchamahabhuta, 5 lingas in South India, you see that so beautifully. The space in Chidambaram, worshipped as Shivalinga. The air in Kalahasti, Agni, Tiruvannamalai. Water in Trichy. And the earth, Prithvilingam in Kanchipuram, Ekamareshwara temple. Everything. What is that? What is Shivalinga? Everything hold together, if you want, is just a round form. The whole thing is inside it, yet in it there is nothing. In water, all the oceans exist, yet the water can say, nothing is in me. Only Shiva. Sabrahma, Sasiva, Sahari, Sendra, Soakshara, Paramaswarat, Antarvahisya Tatsarvam, Vyapya Narayana Stitha. Antasya Vyapya, Bahishya Vyapya, Yat Stitha Tat Narayana. Pervading within, without, that which is existing, call it Narayana. See the beauty. Don't say Narayana is everywhere. Narayana is not everywhere. That which is everywhere, you want to give it Narayana. That's a huge difference in the standpoint. Vyapakatvad Vishnu. Vyapakatvad Vishnu, that which all pervasive Vishnu. And what did Vishnu do? In 3 feet, cover the entire earth. Bali doesn't exist. When you allow the God to take over, Bali, the individuality, crushed. No more. It's a beautiful story. See it for yourself. So he is that which is pervading within and without, Narayana. Only Narayana. Sabrahma, Savishnu, Sahari, Sakshara, Paramasa Siva, Sahari, Sendra, Soakshara, Paramaswarat, call it Brahma, call it Vishnu, call it Indra, call it Akshara, imperishable. Anything you say is all one and the same. Paramaswarat. Everything is one and the same. When you see that very carefully, please observe, when you see it very carefully, you see it in yourself. There is nothing other than it. Call it Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Shiva, Hari, Rama, Krishna, anything you like. doesn't matter. But all are one and the same. Which one you like? You can ask a question. If God is everywhere, why should I take a form? Hey, don't ask that question. Don't ask that question means what? Please, the form is given, please appreciate, a form is given for our sake, not for God's sake. Hey, Ena, sit down now. Eh? Sit down. Wait, please. A form is not given for God's sake. What form God needs? Tell me. Do you need a form for God's sake or for your sake? Who needs worship? God needs worship or we need to worship? When you say, oh God, you stand in front of a God and you say, oh Lord, Sarvosi, Nityosi, Characharosi, you are everything, you are all pervasive. You mean to say he has forgotten? He must be reminded every morning. He has gone through little dementia, forgetfulness. So he should be reminded that, you remember, you are all pervasive. Wake him up and sing his song. Now in that, this is where what priests do that. They are waking him up for their sake, not for God's sake. So when the God quickly falls in, their money starts coming. Right? And more people are also afraid also. Oh, I must be first one to look at God. Is he first one to look at God? So why if you second time you look at the God becomes stale or what? After 1,000, already 1,000 people have seen, how can I see? It's like when I was in school, I was in college, time is up already. Anyway, when I was in college, when in hostel, there are some children had come. There are people from village, people from town. One boy had come from a really remote village. He was staying in our hostel. Then one day, some friends asked him, hey, let's go for a movie. He said, what time? And we'll go in the evening because matinee show we cannot go, class is there, can't bunk classes. Evening we have to study, night show, and I'll go 9 to 12. You know what that boy, I'm not telling you joke, it's a truth. You know what this boy said? No, we should not go to second show because by the time these actors will be all tired, He thought movie means some fellows are really starting acting. The second show, all the actors will be tired, we should not go there. So he meant to say, God becomes stale because after I am 1,000th person to see, therefore already power is gone, he is now stale, I am the first one to look at it. So people stampede. Have you seen, now it will come. This February it will come. Kumbh Mela. First birth. Who should be bathing first? So powerful. Only the first people get all the punyam, other fellows will not get it. Stampede. Silly attitudes. What form you like? What name you like? Close your eyes. He's as much there as you open your eyes. Why? You are it. So when you say God, you are all pervasive, you cannot stand apart. Can you? If you stand apart, how is he all pervasive? Ishvara. See that. So this teaching is not for God. For our sake. Maya tatavidam, here Arjuna, by me the whole thing is pervaded. He's not showing his glory. When I say I am all pervasive, you are included. What a release. Why other things are very, sort of creates jealousy and pain in life. That when some people name dropping, some people are talking about, I have gone to London, Bombay, I'm in Australia. I give you a feeling, you are stuck in your village. When I say I'm PhD, you didn't even ABCD. I'm PhD means doctorate in philosophy. You are PhD, passed high school with difficulty. You are PhD. So you feel bad about it. Suppose I say I'm a millionaire, you feel poor. But in this knowledge, when I say I'm happiness, you are happiness. When God says I'm all pervasive, I am also included. Do I mind? Do I mind? But if God is sitting down somewhere and looking at me, you rascal, oh boy, afraid now. Yo. Long distance call, very expensive. Please, that is why Jnanam is so madhuram. Knowledge is dry. You make it dry if you don't know what it is. Bhakti, Jnanam is so beautiful. We shall see more of it. Hey Arjuna, Mastani Sarvabhutani. Everybody is in me, yet nothing exists in me. Why? The water can say, all the ocean in me, yet there is no ocean. No waves. Maima Aishwaryam Yogam Pasya. See the Ishwarasya Yoga, the vastness, the glory of the totality. It's all names and forms. No name, no form. Which one you are comfortable? Shaguna Brahma with name and form? Take it. The whole thing is worshipped. Whole thing is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Vachanam Maduram, Kalitam Maduram, everything. Chalanam Maduram, everything is nice. Or sometimes nothing. What is there? Only oneness. What are you worshipping form for? That is why sometimes the devotee asks for forgiveness to God. Please, God, forgive me for the crime that I committed, that I imprisoned you in one form. I imprisoned you in one form. Not that God feels imprisoned. I imprisoned you. No more. So, breaking the idol means what? Understanding the ideal. Idol is forgotten. Breaking the idol does not mean break the idol. What a waste. Understand the symbol. Enjoy the symbol. Salute the flag. No, it's a country. You are not saluting the 3 pieces of cloths. Salute what? Anything. Anything. So, should you neglect your body? This is what we shall see tomorrow. You salute everything in the name of God. What about your body? So devotee means you neglecting your body? So everything is God except this. What type of understanding is that? Bhagavan will say, Moghasha, Mogha Karmana. The fellow doesn't know anything, tortures me in this body. As much you worship everything, worship this body. Take care of it. Why? It is his, not mine. So iti bhuta bhrutnacha bhutastha. I fill up everything, yet there is nothing. Mamatma bhuta bhavana. Here Arjuna, myself, bhuta bhavana, which sustains everything in this universe. I alone am existing. Close your eyes. Just you see for yourself, take these ideas. Just see that word I. The meaning of the word I, the nameless vastness.